If it would have exploded, then an entire bus would have actually turned into ashes. And a 3-liter cooker bomb was filled to the brim with an explosive gel. That's the latest. Now we're picking up. My colleague Aneri getting us the latest details. Aneri, quickly take us through the details that you're picking up. The preliminary investigation essentially indicating that this was intended to be a high-intensity blast, unlike what we were given to understand right on the very day when the incident took place, indicating that this was a low-intensity blast.
That's right, Chavan. The main aim was to create unrest and also create panic among the people. And now what we are learning is that according to our sources and the preliminary investigation which has been taken up, well, the aim of this blast was much bigger. They had an high intensity, they were planning to do an high intensity blast, but then we also see that this 3-liter cooker, which had IED in it and which blasted on Saturday, had a full of gelatin, had gel in it, and also later they had plans that they were planning to do a bigger blast. But now we see that this IED blast which has taken place on Saturday here in the outskirts of Mangaluru city, we see that this has been a big terror breakout which has been done, because the Chief Minister of Karnataka has also stated that Karnataka police has handed over near about 18 sleeper cells and they have been sent to Tihar jail. So definitely a big statement coming in from the Chief Minister as well, and further investigation is being underway into this matter, as the main accused into this case is still undergoing treatment at the hospital. Police officials say that still we have been looking into various angles.
Thank you very much, Aneri, for getting us the latest details. Republic Media Network, the only network to uncover all angles of the Mangaluru blast. Well, in a very outspoken interview, one of Kashmir Valley's prominent and senior politicians, Sajjad, alone spoke to my colleague Zirat from targeted killings in the valley to Yasin Malik. Jammu and Kashmir's People Conference chief answers it all. Listen.
What made you to part ways when you put really your blood, sweat, everything to get everybody on board?
My sweet wish. Go on. I'm not talking about it.
What about if you say that, do you still believe that the regional parties of Jammu and Kashmir, they all should come together and contest elections? What is your take on it?
Look, I will tell you one thing. In 2019, the biggest lesson that we had was that even when they jailed all of us together, it didn't matter on the ground. When you talk of 370, it's a matter which is to be taken by the people of India. If you don't go to courts, the other court is the constitutional court, the people's court. So J&K people alone will not have to decide. If tomorrow elections are held and you get all 90 seats, doesn't mean those 90 seats can get Article 370 back.
Yeah.
I think
you need bigger number.
Yeah. So the need that today is, how many parliament seats can you convince of the need to give it back, or have a new relook on Kashmir, on J&K?
While Centre has not taken any step regarding the restoration of Article 370, or for that matter, they have not given any indications as far as the early election is concerned. Why is it so that every party in Jammu and Kashmir, they are not focusing on the main issues, but they are more focusing on mudslinging or calling each other the team A team or the B team of BJP? Even your party was accused as the proxy of BJP. What is your stand on that?
None whatsoever. This is in politicians. Not only, why are you only attacking parties in J&K? Look what they are doing in India and the rest of the country. They are jailing them. Jailing each other. So don't get surprised when somebody calls A team or B team, and I don't want to get into it. I am on national TV. Why should I call somebody a B team? I won't. I won't.
So is it just to keep the cadre more close? It should be there to keep the cadre close by saying that, or by alleging proxy of BJP?
If Delhi holds elections, we will come to know, who stands where. At the end of the day, people have to vote. Yeah. Politicians don't have to vote. We all have one vote. So वो तो बाद में मालूम पड़ेगा. अभी let them say whatever they
You
want.
say that people have to vote. So what is the people's pulse on ground? You have been moving in your constituency, you are interacting with people. So what is the pulse that you have felt?
People, I think, they do feel belittled, they do feel humiliated. And you don't need to be a genius. In a democracy, people do have a sway over their elected representatives. Good or bad, democracy is a concept where people have a bigger say. They would go to their elected representatives, shout at them, why don't you let us in, why are we waiting? You can't do that with these officers. In one particular case, somebody said something and in the evening he was put under PSA by a DC or jailed, I don't know. So people want a popular government, whosoever it is. Let it be their worst enemy. But they want that there should be people who are accountable, who have to come after 5 years and seek re-election. This is the pulse I felt, and I could be wrong. Maybe the angels that Delhi has sent here in the form of IAS officers and IPS and others, those angels are doing such angelic work that people want them to stay. I haven't met one such person. If you do, kindly, I would also want to have a look at him.
Are you telling that the voice of voiceless is getting choked in present dispensation?
No. I am not saying anything. You tell me. I'm saying when people don't have an outlet. You see, we as politicians are trained to take abuses from people, mingle with them, interact with them. That's our bread and butter. This is not the bread and butter of a bureaucrat. He's trained to be away from people, to write on files. So yes, there is that vacuum which is there.
That needs to be filled.
Look, I will tell you something. I will not demand that you hold elections and it should be filled. आज का हीरो कल का विलन भी हो सकता है. Those who are calling the shots today will have to answer. History will judge them very harshly for these periods, mark my words. These very same people of India who today are unsure about what is happening in Kashmir will one day rise and say what nonsense was happening there.
Since you talked about Yasin Malik, but Yasin was involved in so many things, so many incidents, and that is why he is languishing in jail. Then there are other separatist leaders. It's more like a crackdown on terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. Aren't you happy now that the boys are not getting killed? There is no hartal call. The business is running smooth. Or at least the kids are going to school. Let's take this instead of going on.
Why should I be unhappy? Of course I'm happy. Of course I'm happy. I'm very happy. And this is how law and order should be. But it's very easy to brush aside and say that terrorists are in jail. Who is a terrorist and who is not a terrorist has to be decided. And tell me one thing, if in 87 you rig a system that till now 60,000-70,000 people have died, now one side you are put in jail, okay fine, what about the other side? When will you put them in jail? When will you at least seek answers? Why did you do this? Why are there so many graveyards filled with bodies pumped with bullets? When will you do that? You don't want to do that.
What do you have to tell those people who are trying to target or they are killing the people when they are in deep sleep? What do you have to tell those people who are targeting vendor, laborer?
They will rot in hell. They will go to hell and the others will go to heaven. That's my belief. Right? Though they are victims of the worst perpetrators. And I have my belief they will rot and rot in hell. क्या कर सकते हैं? This is what they have done. I mean, so we have lost dear ones. I lost my own father to such cowards. What do you do? But these attacks, I can tell you, you cannot stop because these are lunatic, isolated attacks. And we as Kashmiris, because it happens mostly in Kashmir, even we can't do anything. We are targets. We are victims. So, for example, जब ये होता है, there should be no anger against us because we are हमारे भी तो लोग मारे गए हैं इन्हीं लोगों से.
Last time there was an all-party meet called by Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You were part of it. That time Prime Minister said, दिल और दिल्ली की दूरी को कम करना है. Right? What happened then after you met or the others met Prime Minister? Wasn't that on a positive note?
We were all
Whatever
positive.
was promised, wasn't it delivered? Whatever happened between...
Look, I'll tell you something. He is the Prime Minister of the country and, For him, everybody is equal. So he's made a statement. So I think the onus is on him to measure the distance.
Was it delivered what was
you or
promised?
me. He made, Worthy Prime Minister made the statement, and I think, you should better be asking him than me. He would be
You were
able
the part of the meeting.
No, he will be able to talk about that statement, whether the distance has, has increased or decreased.
Anyways, among all regional parties, we have been seeing Mehbooba Mufti of PDP more in confrontation with centre. Is it a ploy or an act that her stance gives her party an edge over the upcoming elections? How do you view as an opponent of Miss Mufti?
I wouldn't, and I should not be, I worked and I should not be commenting on one person, one individual. I should not be commenting. So, you see, I'll tell you something, and I'm not talking about Miss Mufti. Confrontation with centre, ask me, because I went to jail. I've been interrogated.
She too was
right?
almost...
Oh, yeah, that was, I do agree. But that was, I'm talking of the other jail, Papa 2, right? That was a very notorious jail. And we're talking of third degree interrogation. Other Kashmiris also. When this confrontation, I don't think it helps the people of Kashmir.
Okay.
Right? We should not confront, because we have to get something out of them.
So no need to take confrontation with centre?
First get and then take confrontation.
Okay.
Don't start now. Why are you trying to impede something?
Sajad Lone saying Miss Mufti,
No, I
don't
did
take
not talk
confrontation with centre.
No, I did not talk about her. Please do not misquote me. I said I should not be talking about her. I have worked under her. But as a concept, I am saying is that what we need today, what the leadership today needs, is to rise to the occasion and see how we can convince, facilitate deliverance from New Delhi. Let us start with the statehood first, and then talk about Article 370. Then talk about elections. These are things which can be done, creating an environment in the entire country where people of India should ask them, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you giving them statehood back? Why aren't you holding elections there? So in today's world of media, of digitalization, so many voices come, and the way they misrepresent and misinterpret, what happens is a villainous image of an average Kashmiri is constructed in the entire country, which I think is detrimental and bad for us. I believe that as a political worker, I should stop that. I should impede that and try to create a much more friendlier image of an average person from J&K, so that we have people with us. As I told you, even if we get 90 seats, we cannot restore our lost political legacy, which means Article 370, which means statehood, which means getting back to a popular rule, because the decision has to be taken in Delhi. This is something which we need to understand, that this assembly or these people, the power has been taken away from us, we have been disempowered.
Yes.
And empowerment will flow from there. And we have to convince and create pressure across the country. So that's what I feel we should be doing.
So this is a massive twist to the Tihar massage gate controversy. Who really is this man? Who's this man giving a massage to Satinder Jain? The Aam Aadmi Party said, look, this is only physiotherapy. But now it has been confirmed that this man is actually a rape accused. What will the Aam Aadmi Party say now? And why is Satinder Jain still a minister? That's the biggest story tonight at 7 with me on Republic.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced,
Zakir Naik is a state guest of Qatar. The same Zakir Naik who's banned in the United Kingdom and Canada, for example, for being a troublemaker, just like for India. Why is the world silent? Why can't everyone unite and come together to read the riot act to Qatar? All this and more at 8:30 p.m. on The Burning Question tonight. Republic investigation uncovers ISIS module links. Hindu leaders were on the hit list.
Surendra was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
He posed as a Hindu, used fake ID. Sharik was attempting to float the Hindu terror narrative. Tihar jail sources have revealed that the person giving massage to Satendra Jain is a rape accused. Day after Kejriwal reiterated physiotherapy defense, AAP says AAP's physio defense crumbles. Shraddha murder accused undergoing polygraphy test as we speak. Hardeep Singh Puri responds to Zakir's presence in Qatar, but still no first stand from the Indian government on the issue. All right, good evening and welcome this 6:30 p.m. live and breaking, friends. Let's begin with a breaking news development, and it is about the gory, gruesome Shraddha murder probe in which the main accused, the only accused in fact, Aftab, is now undergoing a polygraph test. It's happening at the FSL in Delhi, the Forensic Science Lab of the Delhi Police in North Delhi, in Rohini area of Delhi. And Aftab's polygraphy test is progressing as we speak. Remember, earlier in the day, his police custody was extended by 4 days, and a polygraphy test was allowed yesterday. That's happening today, following which it's likely that a narco test would also happen. These are all forensic aids that the investigators use essentially to gather more evidence based on whatever answers the accused gives. We'll try and connect with Anuj. He's reporting from the ground. Aftab's polygraphy test going on at the FSL Rohini in Delhi. And is Anuj there? If I can connect to him and try to understand what time was he brought in, what time the test is started, how long it's going to go on. Polygraphy test of Aftab Punewala, the main accused the only accused in fact in the Shraddha murder case, is happening as we speak. And this polygraphy test is often also called a lie detector test. Essentially, what happens is that the accused who's to be questioned is strapped with a certain device which has some physiological indicators that can be monitored, such as blood pressure, the pulse rate, the heartbeat, the respiration, skin conductivity, among others. And what happens is, if when questions are given to the accused, based on the answers, the physiological parameters vary, and that's something based on which the investigators come to a conclusion whether the person is lying or not. So, for example, if a person is lying, it is believed that he might perspire a little more, his heart rate might increase, and hence pulse rate might increase, and that gives investigators an idea whether the answer being given is right or wrong. So that's a polygraphy test, or as it is called, a lie detector test. And there are challenges before the Delhi police in the Shraddha murder probe, given the fact that it's almost 6 months and not all body parts have been recovered. The DNA test is still as yet uncertain. Let's go to Piyush Ori. He's reporting live for us from outside the lab where this polygraphy test is happening. Piyush, can you tell us what time the polygraphy test is started? Could you speak to the investigators before it started? Have they given you any idea of what's going to be the process like, how much time it's going to take, and what are investigators expecting out of this polygraphy test?
Well, Abhishek, as of now, what we've been told is that the Delhi police has given the instructions and orders to the FSL experts for carrying out this polygraphic test, a test which is very important to ascertain the facts that have been mentioned by Aftab to the Delhi police. But as of now, it's still not clear of when exactly this test is going to be held. I'm right now reporting from the DCP South headquarters, where just a few minutes back, the Delhi Police Commissioner was over here, and he just had an important meeting with all the investigating officials over here and took the briefing of what exactly needs to be done in this Shraddha murder case. So yes, the conducting of polygraphic test and subsequently the narco test was also discussed. So what I can tell you right now from here on is that yes, the Delhi police has given instructions to the FSL experts in Rohini to conduct this test. It has been told to them that this test needs to be conducted in the span of 4 days, the days following which the custody of Aftab is going to get over. But it is still not clear of when this test is going to be conducted. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Piyush, also tell us, since you said that the police commissioner was there at the DCP South office, what's going on in the mind of Delhi police, if you could tell us, given the fact that it's been over 10 days and we are as yet very far perhaps from any conclusive evidence that the police could lay their hands on. So, for example, the murder weapon is yet to be found, the DNA match is still to happen. What is the sense, if you are getting, about the thinking going on in the Delhi police establishment on this case?
So, Abhishek, you rightly mentioned that yes, there are a lot of challenges that are involved in this case, and the Delhi Police Commissioner, along with the several other police officials who have been, seeing this case very closely, have in a way told us that yes, there is a lot of challenge in front of them. So the basic priority for them right now is to get all the circumstantial evidences that may be involved in this case. Now, mind you, this case dates back to 6 months back, when reportedly Aftab murdered Shraddha. So yes, there is no eyewitness, there is no concrete evidence in terms of the CCTV images that were recorded. So what the Delhi police is relying on is on the circumstantial evidence. Now, they have been able to get some bones. What we have been told is that they are also in the process of finding the weapons that were used by Aftab to murder Shraddha. And what they are now trying to do is that they will all send these objects which they have recovered from the forests of Mehroli to Gurugram, even Uttarakhand, and from the house of Aftab and Shraddha in Chhatarpur to forensics to get the vital detail to get that link of whether there was some crucial evidence from the objects they have seized, from the bones they have seized from forests of Aravali's and Gurugram. So yes, there is a lot of challenge, and it has been told to us very clearly that the Delhi police is relying on the circumstantial evidence. Back to in the studio.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Piyush Hori there, giving us details about what's going on insofar as the Shraddha murder probe is concerned. And of course, as we speak, a polygraph test of Aftab going on at an FSL in Delhi. Moving on, and days after Republic exposed the Tihar tapes, today Republic again got you even bigger shocker in the case. While Aam Aadmi Party had claimed that it's the physiotherapist giving the therapy to Satyendra Jain, as it could be seen in the videos, it turns out the person is a rape accused, in fact, and has been in Tihar jail since April of this year on charges of raping a minor. He is a POXO accused, as also, of course, various sections of the IPC related to rape, including section 376. And as can be seen from the footage, whatever he is doing to Satyendra Jain does not even remotely resemble what a therapy or a physiotherapy is going to look like or should look like. But since it was the defense of the Aam Aadmi Party with the livid Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister, asking the BJP to be ashamed of itself for politicizing medical treatment, this information that has come out today and blown up on media, that the accused in fact is identified as Rinku, son of Somnath. He's a Delhi resident and he's in Tihar jail since April on charges of raping a minor. And it's likely that he came close to Satyendra Jain while in prison. Let's listen into some of the reactions and then come back.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी वो सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट न मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है। एक बार वो सामने सबके रख दें कि क्या क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया था। मसला उसका है ही नहीं। मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है। मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
सत्येंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है कानून का उल्लंघन करते हुए, तो उस पार्टी का मुखिया स्वयं कान पकड़ के जनता से माफी मांगता और कहता कि मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, जो संविधान की शपथ मैंने ली थी उसका पालन मैं नहीं कर पाया हूं। मेरा भ्रष्ट मंत्री जो कृत्य कर रहा है मैं तुरंत उसे बर्खास्त करता हूं। लेकिन बेशर्मी भी जिसे अपना गुरु मानती है वो अरविंद केजरीवाल और अराजक अपराध पार्टी है। आप अराजक अपराध पार्टी।
A major twist came in the Mangaluru blast case wherein the accused Sharik hid his identity and posed as a Hindu on messaging apps such as WhatsApp, having an image of Isha Foundation in his display picture. Exclusive sources have also stated to Republic that Sharik had planned to plant the pressure cooker at the Pumpwell flyover in the city, with the attack planned in the evening at the time of highest traffic. Police sources also indicate Sharif to have stayed in Kerala. A lodge has been located where the accused in the Mangaluru blast stayed. After searching several lodges in the area, this particular place has been confirmed. As per investigation, Sharik was staying in a lodge in Gandhipuram in Coimbatore in September. The lodge has now been locked and police have summoned the owners for further investigation. Investigations are ongoing to find India's most wanted terrorist Mateen, although his father stated that they haven't been in touch with him since the blast. The AAP's physiotherapy defense of Satyen Jain's massage is now being questioned as one of the masseurs is reported to be a rapist, a person named Rinku who is charged under Section 6 of the IPC, of the POCSO Act. The BJP at a press conference demanded apology following the development of one of the masseurs, Rinku, being a POCSO accused under trial. The BJP accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing services in turn for protection.
सत्येंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है।
Speaking at a press conference, AAP leaders stated that they would have a look at all listings and allegations being produced by the BJP against Satyen Jain. They claimed as this to be nothing more than a poll stunt.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है।
We finally have a minister's voice on the ongoing Zakir Naik controversy. Union Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, while being asked about Zakir, stated that Naik was a Malay national whom he had limited information about and that his personal views about him were a different matter. He further stated that he was pretty sure India would take the situation forward.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you have. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Republic spoke to Kalyan Chaube, president of the All India Football Federation, who's currently in Doha, Qatar for the FIFA World Cup 2022. Chaube spoke about the Indian team but refused to say anything on Zakir Naik.
I being the heading Indian Football Federation, and I'm right now in Qatar and representing India in World Forum, so I cannot comment anything on media regarding this. If there is anything to say, I will speak internally. When you are in a chair, you cannot share your personal thought or own thought. I will speak only what the government of India or Indian Football Federation believe or need to be said. So right now I am holding my comment. I'm not saying anything on this particular issue. I can only say that football has many good things to be discussed.
Pressure escalation between Assam and Meghalaya with at least 4 deaths in fire. Hardeep Singh Puri responds to Zakir's presence in Qatar, but will India take a firm stand on the matter? Short break on the other side.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudhur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the forensics
आपने बोला कि सर्वे के बाद कॉम्पिटिटर की बात बोली, अच्छे इंसान की बात बोली, वो तो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस समिति के लिए कुछ मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि सर्वे में आने के बाद भी अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है, जब मुझे पता था कि सर्वे रिपोर्ट दिल्ली से किया गया था, 25-25 लाख रुपए खर्च के ये रिपोर्ट्स किया गया था, तो सारे पैसे की बर्बादी है, बस लेन देन का व्यापार ही चल रहा है।
तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी में अभी भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि क्या कुछ ऐसे एजेंट जरूर हैं जो ऐसा करते हैं, पूरी ब्रोकरिंग डील करते हैं, टिकट देने के लिए कैश कैंडिडेट्स को एक्सटॉर्शन किया जाता है? जी, बात खुल के बहुत दुखदायक बात तो ये है कि कई सीटों पे ऐसा हुआ है, मगर उनके साथ ऑथेंटिक पुरावे ना होने की वजह से, या तो फिर उनको कांग्रेस में रहने की वजह से उन्होंने ये बात को इतना खुल के बाहर नहीं लाया। और मुझे शायद मैं पार्टी में रहती भी, और अगर ना भी रहती तो मैं ये पार्टी के लिए जो गलत चीज़ थी उसको मैंने खुल के बाहर लाया, इसलिए मुझे इस बात का कोई भी दुख नहीं है। और मैं तो ये निवेदन करूंगी कि जिसके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है उसको पार्टी छोड़ के बीजेपी ज्वाइन करनी चाहिए, या तो उसे खुल के बाहर आना चाहिए।
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that While they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police has further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up.
It indeed is a landmark moment for Australia and India. And I'd like to compliment and congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Mr. Anthony Albanese for achieving this very significant milestone today. With the approval of both houses of Parliament, now they only need to go to the Executive Council, which is somewhat like our cabinet, and we have to go to our cabinet. Both of these processes will happen in the next few days. As was just now informed, these are two democracies with very shared interests on the world stage. We have very strong bonds of friendship at every level, government, business, and people to people.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police has further Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudhur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masseuse of the jailed Minister Satyendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found.
A very good evening, viewers. The show is called The Biggest Story Tonight, and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. We've been looking to a lot of your responses that are coming in. The story is about this video. This video that was accessed and broken first by Republic of Satyendra Jain, who's still a minister. He's still a minister. He's in the Tihar jail. We were told this is physiotherapy, but now we know for a fact this man massaging his feet right now is a rapist. R-A-P-I-S-T. He is a rapist. Why is this man still a minister? We are deep diving into that story. We'll also have Dr. Kiran Bedi joining us in just a bit. But first up, we bring to you the headlines. Republic investigation uncovers the ISIS module links. Hindu leaders were on the hit list.
Staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
He posed as a Hindu. He used a fake ID. Sharik was attempting to float a Hindu terror narrative. Tihar jail sources have revealed that the person giving this massage to Satendra Jain that you see on your screens is no physiotherapist. He, ladies and gentlemen, is a rape accused. A day after Arvind Kejriwal reiterated the physiotherapy defense, the Aam Aadmi Party's physio defense has crumbled. Shraddha murder accused Aftab is taken to the FSL for preliminary test. Polygraph test is scheduled to be conducted tomorrow. And Hardeep Singh Puri responding to Zakir Naik's presence in Qatar, but still there is no firm stand from the Indian government on the entire issue. And this, viewers, is the biggest story tonight. There is a reason why we've put out this story at 7 here on Republic. Because a lot of you today have been asking what has been the Aam Aadmi Party's defense so far. At first, remember when this video surfaced, they said this is physiotherapy. They said this is Gandhi Rajniti of the BJP. We are being targeted. Why? Because the BJP fears they will lose at our hands at the MCD. Till that point, it was still bearable. But the reality that Republic broke earlier today has actually shocked one and all. Look very, very closely at this man that you see behind me here on the screens. This man now in the yellow t-shirt, who's happily massaging Satendra Jain's feet. Now, who really is this man? Everyone was curious. We also deep dive into the entire story, and from sources within the Tihar jail, it was learned that this man, viewers, is a rape accused. Rape accused. That is his identity. He's been booked under severe charges of POCSO. The charges are of raping a minor. And in fact, that minor is no one else but his own daughter. That are the charges against this man. So what has the Aam Aadmi Party said so far? Absolutely nothing. We heard a short comment from Gopal Rai, a minister in the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, who goes on to say that even Amit Shah, when he was in jail, had a lot of benefits. But absolutely mum on this video. And we do not know why. Why was this man attending to Satendra Jain? Was Satendra Jain even aware about his identity, about the charges against him? And the question we ask, why is Satendra Jain still a minister? As I promised, we are getting a Dr. Kiran Bedi who's going to be speaking about this entire issue. She is very, very angry and she has her own point of view. But before I cut across to her, this is the defense we've heard so far from the Aam Aadmi Party on this very shocking story.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है। एक बार वो सामने सबके रख दें कि क्या क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया था। मसला उसका है ही नहीं। मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है। मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
So Gopal Rai, ladies and gentlemen, is smiling. He has that grin on his face. Dr. Kiran Bedi, as I say good evening to you, ma'am, as you're joining us right now live on this edition of the News on Republic. I'm not sure whether you've noticed that response from the Aam Aadmi Party, but we don't know what to say. Are we angry? Are we shocked? Are we revolted? Are we ashamed? Are we embarrassed to have netas who've stooped so low? What's your very first response, ma'am, on the identity, first up, of this man who's giving a massage to Satyendra Jain inside the Tihar jail?
I think it's a very rare situation where you have a prison minister, the boss of the prison, inside the prison, still continuing to be the boss. So he can dictate anything, he can ask for anything, and the juniors are bound by his directions. So if he directs, so he's a prison minister, remember. But the government of the day has suspended the superintendent for whatever irregularities. But what about the honorable minister, where he's inside the prison? So you are suspending the the dispensable superintendent. What about this? He is indispensable. He's also for whatever reasons. Therefore, why not place him under suspension as well? Should we not have a system of suspending the elected representatives like these? Because he's, remember, the boss in the prison. He's their boss. He can tell them what he wants. And they'll be bound. Then tomorrow, if they don't listen to him, he can take action against them, saying, you didn't listen to my orders. Did he say, well, I was doing this while in prison? I think we need to get it right. And this gentleman is not a physio. I believe the prison authorities are claiming that he is accused in a rape case. And so if he's a physiotherapist, then how do you claim he's a physiotherapist? Does he have a degree? Does he have a certificate? Was he a physiotherapist before raping? Because after that, obviously, he's been in prison. So was he a qualified certificate holder? If it is, excellent, then he's a physiotherapist. But then, if he's not a physiotherapist, then these instructions are given by the superintendents of the day, supervised by the Director General of the day. They need to explain, how did this man come in here? What kind of orders did the Honorable Minister for Prisons give them? DG Prisons, by the way, reports to him also. So DG Prison, Superintendent, all staff report to the Prison Minister. They are appointed by his approval. So is he signing files for approval of the transfers and promotions also? In fact, it would be interesting to know, are the files reaching him because he's on duty? He's a prison minister. Or have his duties been suspended? I think these are some questions which, from the administration point of view, we need to clarify.
Now, Kiran Bedi, ma'am, I would say you're still being a little charitable. I request you to please not hold yourself back, because you've been a part of the system, ma'am. You've been in charge of the Tihar prisons. You know exactly how the system moves. You know exactly who, where and why, actually gets such privileges. Now, a lot of our viewers today, they want you to tell them and all our viewers that is it possible that Satyendra Jain is not aware about the identity of this man? This man who was claimed to be a physiotherapist, but I want to actually, just spend 30 seconds to tell our viewers more about him. His name is Rinku. He's a rape accused charged under Section 6 of the POCSO, along with 376, 506, 509. I am today, ma'am, as a citizen of Delhi, I am amazed. I am shocked beyond belief that this is a conduct of a party that said we are different. हमें राजनीति करनी ही नहीं आती is what Arvind Kejriwal says at the drop of a hat. Why today is Satyendra Jain still a minister? Does he even deserve to be a minister, ma'am?
As I said, if you are suspending the superintendent for whatever irregularities, what about this gentleman? Are you saying he's not done? He's under very heavy investigation. And the court has not given him bail. And the court listens to the evidence before denying a bail or otherwise. So it's a court. He's here under judicial custody. This is his judicial custody. Because the courts, anybody who's in prison is by the orders of the honorable courts. Not because he's not in police custody. Therefore, if the superintendent can be suspended, what about the minister? And as I said, he's the boss. All these junior superintendents and others are reporting to minister. Is he still clearing files? Can he order an irregularity if this was an act of irregularity? Will he order an action of irregular action and will he take action? I find it very dichotomous. I find it very complex. I'm looking at it from an administrative angle, that if you can do this with superintendent, what about the minister, who's himself a prisoner? He's a prisoner, and he's a prison's minister. I have nothing personally against it. I'm looking at it from an administrative point.
Ma'am, I also want you
Based on my
today to
experience.
speak as a citizen. Kiran Bedi, ma'am, I also want you, ma'am, to speak as a citizen today.
I've also said it as a
I
citizen.
want you to tell our viewers that how is it, ma'am, that a convict, how does a convict have access to another convict? And if you just look at this image, that's playing out on our screens, is it a normal jail cell? Does everyone get such kind of a jail cell with a television, with an air condition, with Bisleri bottles, with 4 people all around you, with a chair, with I think very clean cushions, with a clean bed sheet? Please tell us, ma'am.
Well, things can be clean. Things can be clean, but are they as clean as for all others? Why should the prison not be clean as it is? Cleanliness is important. But the question is, getting all this infrastructure, has he got it by court's orders? Because sometimes certain infrastructure facilities are given by the orders of the court. Did he apply to the court for all this infrastructure facilities? And I'm told he's getting a lot of food from home. Is he ordered by the court? Because these are orders of the court. Otherwise, everybody's equal. And everybody's entitled to cleanliness. Everybody's entitled to clean food. Everybody equally. Everybody's entitled to medical care. But they go to hospital. If he's looking for any physiotherapy, then the medical doctor will summon him, call him, and he will go to the prison hospital and get himself attended. He has a right if he is aching. Medical care is a right of a prisoner, but not personal service like this. If this personal service is being given, then is it being given to others? No, I'm not sure. Find out how many people have also got it. So this is personalized service by an honorable prison minister who's in charge still. That means he can order. So is he ordering? Is he directing the prison officials to say, I need the following? And who makes the selection? Selection is made by the superintendent, hopefully approved, hopefully unless the DG says, I didn't know. The DG or the DIGs can say, no, there's a whole hierarchy. Are they claiming that they did not know who's been identified to do this, whatever he's doing? I think these are the answers which the administration has to give. But as I said, the administration is subordinate to the prison minister inside the prison who's a prisoner. Why has he not been suspended?
Ma'am, yes. Ma'am, one very basic question for our understanding. If there is an accused like this who is housed in a cell at the Tihar jail, can he on demand ask for anyone to come and give him a massage like this? Because this is not physiotherapy, something that has been established. And during the course of this broadcast, in fact, we will get a representative of the Indian Physiotherapy Association also live with us in just a moment, ma'am. But I want you to actually tell us this, that if there is a convict, can he on demand get someone to give him a massage like this? Or this is the clout of the jail minister, Satyendra Jain, that he's managing this massage, and that too with a rape convict. I don't know whether he knows about this or not, or he cares two hoots about it.
I've been saying he's a prison minister. He's the boss inside the prison. You have the boss inside the prison. You have the boss of the prison inside the prison. Who's the boss? He's the prison minister. So he is directing them, I need the following. And others are following his instructions, who are again duty bound. Now the manual rule should be very interestingly, that if a prison minister is inside the prison and is a prisoner, can he direct the prison officials to do the following? Or his instructions do not matter because he's a prisoner himself. It's very interesting argument. Prison official manual doesn't say that, because prison manual probably never foresaw that a prison minister would be a prisoner one day, and that he could demand. I haven't read the manual which says this. So there is no rule which the prison minister ordering prison officials while he's still in the prison as a prison minister, unless you unless you place him under suspension.
Okay.
Because on record, on rolls, I believe he's not been just taken away. Has the portfolio been taken away? Has his portfolio been suspended till he till whatever?
The
So I
answer,
think
ma'am,
the
is
government
no
of
to
the
all
day-
those questions. The answer is a big no, N-O. This man is still a minister. Ma'am, I'm just requesting you to please stay on with us because these are very, very important insights that you're getting to us on
I've
that
got to
story.
go.
But I
I've
also
said
want to
it.
draw into this conversation Dr. Sanjeev Jha. Yes,
I've got
ma'am.
to go.
Just for the
Thank you
next
so
30
much. Please
seconds,
excuse
ma'am.
me.
That's about it. Dr. Sanjeev Jha is the president of the Indian Association of Physiotherapists. And thank you, sir, for being patient and waiting. We also have Dr. Kiran Bedi. Okay, I think we will try to get her back. But she spent the last 15 minutes, Dr. Saab, explaining to us what happens in a jail, what is the system. And she's asking the question that all of us are asking, that why is Satyendra Jain still a minister? Now, Dr. Saab, tell us something. Just on the look of it, just on the look of this, what kind of a physiotherapy is this, sir? Do you also give such physiotherapy to your patients?
See, from the moment I saw that video, it was very much obvious that it cannot be a physiotherapy. And a physiotherapist are those people who are qualified for 4.5 years, and they do a comprehensive examination, an investigation, a treatment process. There is a treatment protocol and treatment scenario, screening process is there. So we cannot, and it's a very shameful that repeatedly again and again from that party line, it is coming back that anybody can go and do physiotherapy. It is something like that you are doing a mockery of education system, and you are doing and hurting so many physiotherapists and hurting so many patients the physiotherapists are treating all across India. So my feeling is that that it is something like very disappointing, and this what is being shown in this video cannot be and is not a part of physiotherapy, that I can categorically say.
Okay, so, Dr. Jha, you're again reiterating that this is absolutely no physiotherapy. There is no physiotherapy, not even 1% of physiotherapy is what we see in these images. Now, I want to ask you, what will you as an association do? Why don't you rake this up? Because, today it's Satyendra Jain inside the Tihar jail. Tomorrow it can be any other, minister, any other neta. Because they all find common ground when it comes to an issue like this. If you allow Satyendra Jain today to, get away with this, saying this is physiotherapy, tomorrow you will have another minister doing this. So what will you do?
It's a very unfortunate. In fact, in the daytime, I saw Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi also saying the same thing, that it is physiotherapy. And of course, Mr. Manish Sisodia also said the same thing. And it's a very savvy state of mind that such a type of knowledge they have, if they have this, because physiotherapists are very much qualified people, and they are a part of modern medical science. And we cannot just say that anybody can walk in and do physiotherapy. This is what is very ridiculous to understand. And Government of India has said physiotherapists are independent practitioners. How can this sort of things can come out from a CM and Deputy CM? And IAP has already taken a stance that if they don't do an apology, we want an apology from them. It's not for me. It's for all those people.
You want Arvind Kejriwal to apologize? Are you saying, sir, you want Arvind Kejriwal to apologize because he knows what he's saying? His ministers are well aware of what they are saying. And, to make matters worse, sir, the man who's actually giving that chumpy to Satyendra Jain, happily inside the Tihar jail is a rape accused, for God's sake. He's a rape accused.
Yes. See, that is a part of administrative part, and that as Madam Kiran Bedi was also saying. And, those things, but we are mainly concerned about that. They are really given a hurt, and they have really hurted physiotherapists all across India. They have really hurted all the patients who are taking physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is a noble profession. We take out pain without any medicine. And this is the way how you are supposed to talk about physiotherapy. And this is something like, I just feel like that if such knowledge is there for an education minister, then what I can say, I have no words to say. So what is my point is that from the side of IAP, I strongly condemn this particular act, and I want the CM and Deputy CM both should at least say this, that they have done a mistake. What is the point? If they have done a mistake, let them accept it. What is the point? We are not doing here any politics. But what is my point is, as per the knowledge from my side, whatever happened, see, you have cracked this news today. 2 days before only, when this video came, I said it cannot be, this person cannot be a physiotherapist. And nobody can just go and walk in and say that.
He's obviously not a physiotherapist. You know, Dr. Saab, we have absolutely run out of time, but what you're saying is very clear. Number one, this is not physiotherapy. And the Indian Physiotherapy Association is saying Arvind Kejriwal needs to apologize. I thank you, sir, for speaking to us and clearing the air.
We are going to work on it and do some education also on this.
Yes. Okay, you must. They are saying they will not let this issue go away, and Arvind Kejriwal will have to clarify for this. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Jha, for speaking to us, and Dr. Kiran Bedi also helping you understand what this story is all about. The story out there in 6 images. Every image, remember again, is a grim reminder of the fact that how low our netas can actually get.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके हैरत से आंखें अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके देख के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके हर कोई ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudhur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masseuse of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that While they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha. Viewers, it's time for Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. In the course of the investigation into the Mangaluru blast case, police sources have informed that the bomber Sharik cloaked his identity on social media. It appears that Sharik posed as a Hindu with a display picture showing the Isha Foundation image on WhatsApp. According to police sources, Sharik's real target seems to have been a flyover in Mangaluru called Pumpwell. Sources have added that he wanted to place the bomb at the busy Pumpwell flyover in Mangaluru city during peak hour traffic. During investigation, details have emerged about Sharik's travel in other states. Sources have indicated that Sharik may have stayed in Kerala. This comes after the police searched a few lodges around in Kerala. As per the ongoing investigation, Sharik was staying at a lodge in Coimbatore around September. The lodge has now been locked up and police have summoned the owners for further interrogation. The investigation...
More than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September. On that day, Surendra was staying in the next bed. It is a common bed. It is a common hall. We are having around 20 beds in the hall. So he is staying in the next bed. Okay. So they are becoming friends, and he is for what reason he has purchased that SIM card, we don't know.
The investigation team probing the Mangaluru blast case seems to be looking for Abdul Mateen, who is said to be the main mastermind of the blast, the handle of the Mangaluru bomber Sharik. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense of Satendra Jain's massage is now being questioned as a masseur is seen in the video is reported to be a rape accused and the boxer. A person named Rinku was accused of raping his own daughter. Aam Aadmi Party had earlier claimed that Jain was undergoing physiotherapy. BJP at a press conference demanded apology following the development of one of the masseurs. Rinku is being a POXCO accused convict. BJP accused Aam Aadmi Party of engaging in a barter system for providing services in turn for protection while in jail.
सतेंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है।
Responding to the details emerging in the Tihar tape scandal, the Aam Aadmi Party has stated that they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by BJP on the back foot following the massage scandal. Aam Aadmi Party claimed it was nothing more than a paid stunt.
पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है।
A central minister has responded to the ongoing Zakir Naik controversy. The Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Hardeep Singh Puri, on being asked about Zakir, stated that the terror backer was a national from Malaysia who he had limited information about and that his personal views about him were a different matter. He further stated that he was pretty sure India would take up the issue with Qatar if it has not already.
Sure, India took it up and will take it up. But the point is, he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national. You invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Republic spoke to the Kalyan Chaube, the president of AIFF, who is currently in Doha, Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. Chaube spoke about the Indian team and said football unites all nations, but refused to say anything on Zakir Naik specifically and whether India's footballing body would lodge a protest with FIFA.
I being the heading Indian Football Federation, and I'm right now in Qatar and representing India in World Forum. So I cannot comment anything on media regarding this. If there is anything to say, I will speak into it. When you are in a chair, you cannot share your personal thought or own thought. I will speak only what the government of India or Indian Football Federation believe or need to be said. So right now I am holding my comment. I'm not saying anything on this particular issue. I can only say that football has many good things to be discussed.
A circuit court extended judicial custody for Aftab Poonawalla by 4 days after he was produced before the court for a special hearing. Delhi High Court has now dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from police to CBI, with the court stating that they could not find a single good reason to entertain the plea. The court further imposed a fine on the petitioner. Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi state that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further approach to conduct a polygraphic test for Shraddha murder case accused of Aftab. Preparations are reported to be underway, with expectations of the test to be conducted today. Reports have come about Aftab continued to changing his statement over the speculation of a wish to divert the investigation. He is reported to have told the police that he threw a saw and a blade that he used to murder Shraddha and cut her body in a dustbin near his office in Gurugram, with the Delhi police looking for the murder weapon across several locations. He's claimed to have thrown the murder weapon as well as Shraddha's head. Speaking on the Shraddha murder case, following the special hearing at the Circuit Court, Aftab's lawyer advocated and stated that he had not admitted to the crime, stating that Shraddha had provoked him.
It is only rumored that Aftab has confessed, but Aftab has not confessed.
Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA Gulab Singh Yadav being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out emerged over the cash for ticket scam in the national capital, with the BJP calling the motto of the Aam Aadmi Party to give cash and sell the tickets.
Party's Matiala MLA Gulab Singh Yadav is seen in a video being thrashed, abused and being made to run away from the party office by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas themselves, who have alleged that he was selling tickets for the MCD. This is not the first such allegation. We have seen a sting operation in which cash collectors are collecting cash from the Karyakartas for the tickets, and big names are involved in this. Just few days ago, we have seen 2 MLAs and their aides and their relatives involved in selling ticket for 90 lakh rupees, and that has also come to the fore in public domain.
The BJP has in fact taken to social media for the Aam Aadmi Party in connection with the emerging cash for ticket allegation in the national capital. Following the conversations over cash for ticket by the Congress ahead of the Gujarat polls, former Congress MLA Kamini Ba has announced her decision to join the BJP. Addressing an event with regards to Rozgar Mela initiative by the government, the Prime Minister distributed at least 71,000 appointment letters to new recruits employed as a result of the fairs.
Sure, India took it up and will take it up, but the point is, he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national. You invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
The Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has now stated that the employment certificates are to be given to at least 10 lakh youth by the PM for government organizations, army as well as other institutions by December 2023.
रोजगार और स्वरोजगार का जो अभियान चल रहा है, आज उसमें एक और कड़ी जुड़ रही है। ये कड़ी है रोजगार मेले की। आने वाले
21 अक्टूबर को पूरे देश में शुरुआत हुई थी, जब आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव के दिवस पर टोटल मिलाकर 75,000 लोगों को रोजगार के अवसर उस दिन पे दिए गए। कल दोबारा उसी श्रेणी में और श्रृंखला में सफर जारी रहेगी जब तक उस 10 लाख के आंकड़े को प्रधानमंत्री जी की स्वयं दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति और संकल्प के आधार।
The NIA's approach to Supreme Court against a Bombay High Court order granting bail to Anand Teltu Bade, booked under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in the Bhima Koregaon blast case. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case on the 25th of November. Anand had been arrested over links with Maoists deemed responsible for violence that broke out in Bhima Koregaon in Maharashtra in the year 2018. Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi gave a press conference at Pooch in Jammu and Kashmir with the officer addressing several issues such of pertinence or to Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking on Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir, he mentioned that the stand centre had in the matter.
When in Feb 21 this understanding was reached, after that it has helped all the sides, all the stakeholders, and that first and foremost the civilians have gained maximum. All the government schemes which are there are reaching to the forward areas, ahead of fence, this side of fence, all those who are affected by the shelling, the medical, the education, and so many, the civilians administration has been able to reach out to these people. The internet has been able to reach out to them. So if I can say that the border areas are truly integrated because of this ceasefire understanding. The second issue is, as far as the military is concerned, military is always ready to make sure that this ceasefire understanding is never broken because it is in interest of both the nations. But if it is broken at any point of time, हम ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से देंगे.
Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi further addressed the manners in which terrorism was being promoted in Jammu and Kashmir from across the border.
सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये है कि क्या हमने टेररिस्ट को कंट्रोल कर लिया है? इसका जवाब ये है बहुत हद तक हाँ, हमने उसको कंट्रोल कर लिया है.
Raids are being conducted by the Income Tax Department. The residence of BRS Minister Malla Reddy, his son and son-in-law officials are seen at Malla Reddy University and other properties of the Telangana Labour Minister. BSF informed of an intruder coming from Pakistan neutralized along the international border in the RS-Pura sector of Jammu and Kashmir. He was reportedly warned by troops but continued approaching toward the border fence. Now the area has been cordoned off and a search operation is underway with no retaliation from Pakistan. 4 people, including 3 people from West Jaintia Hills, have now and an Assam forest guard were killed in a firing incident that took place along Assam-Meghalaya border. Incident comes about as deliberations on border issues at least 16 districts of the border is being undertaken by the 2 states.
On the 22nd of November, an unfortunate incident occurred at Mukro village in West Jaintia Hills district, where 6 persons have died due to firing by Assam police and Assam forest guards.
A case of mass conversion of 11 Hindu couples in a community marriage has been reported from Bharatpur, Rajasthan, with the conversion to Buddhism alleged to include oaths not to believe in Hindu deities. The ceremony is further reported to be the 5th ceremony of its kind. 3 casualties and 4 injuries have been reported after a goods train derailed at the Korai station in Odisha. Now, rescue work was underway. The wagons affected following the incident were cleared from the tracks. Union Petrol Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, while asking about Zakir Naik being invited to Qatar as the FIFA World Cup is held in the country, stated that Zakir Naik was a Malaysian national who he had limited information about and that his personal views about him were a different matter. He further stated that he was pretty sure India would take up the situation.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up. But the point is, he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national. You invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you have. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
A plea has been moved by Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah against Delhi's Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena for restricting him from discharging his duties as Vice Chairman of the Dialogue and Development Commission of Delhi. The court said that it will examine the scope of power that can be exercised by LG in the matter and is scheduled to hear the matter on Monday. Powerful earthquake of 7.0 magnitude has now rocked and jolted Solomon Islands this afternoon, overturning tables and causing havoc with the people. Although no immediate report has come of the damage caused, Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that a roof at his High Commission had collapsed. India and Australia would now implement free trade agreement on a mutually agreed date as the Australian Parliament approved the pact between the two countries. Under the pact, Australia is now offering zero duty access to India for about 96.4% of the exports from day one. Agreement, once implemented, will provide duty-free access to the Australian market for over 6,000 broad sectors of India. US Vice President Kamala Harris is now going on to Western Philippines as she's flown there to amplify the America's support to its treaty ally. Harris also announced an additional aid of around $7.5 million to Philippines maritime law enforcement agencies. 5.6 magnitude earthquake struck the densely populated province of West Java, killing at least 162 people and injuring hundreds. Rescuers found more bodies from the rubble of homes. Trial of two Uyghurs accused of carrying out a deadly bomb attack in Bangkok in 2015 resumed after years of delay due to COVID-19 disruptions and problems securing translators. Hundreds have gathered for a candlelight vigil to honor the 5 killed, 17 wounded in the shooting attack in Colorado Springs. People held candles and listened as speakers expressed both rage and sadness over the shoot. Rescuers searched for bodies of survivors amidst rubble of building in Indonesia earthquake. Rescuers had to use excavators, trucks and other heavy equipment sent overnight in order to locate individuals trapped. Fire has been killed at least 36 people at a chemicals and industrial good company in central China's Henan province. 2 people were injured and 2 others went missing. More than 200 rescue workers and 65 fighters responded to the fire. Russian Defense Ministry said that Ukrainian armed forces shelled Zaporizhia nuclear plant the day before. The ministry spokesperson claimed that the shelling was carried out from the village of Maharanets, controlled by the armed forces of Ukraine, and was suppressed by return fire from Russian artillery units. Explosion that ripped through police housing in the southern Thailand province, killing at least 1 and injuring 31. Authorities said a suspected insurgent dressed as an official parked a pickup truck loaded with explosives in front of a residential building used for housing police officers and their families. Authorities further said that a police officer died from the impact of the explosion. What can be seen as one of the biggest upset for FIFA World Cup history. Saudi Arabia has beaten the champion team, Argentina, by 2-1 score. This is the last World Cup series of Argentina player Messi. Despite a star-studded side, Argentina did not have a clear dominating side. Messi and Emiliano Martinez, though, did some magic in the first 10 minutes and kept the ball within the Argentinian feet. Messi led Argentina. In fact, they were stunned by Saudi Arabia as they defeated the 2-time World Cup champions by 2-1. Germany looked focused on training as they limbered up for the opening Qatar Group B match against Japan. Hansi Flick's side began their quest for a record equaling 5th World Cup camp triumph on Wednesday before facing Spain and then Costa Rica. Costa Rica put on a united front during training as the team geared up for the opening World Cup match against Spain. Luis Fernando Suarez's team, and also known for their solidity after conceding only 8 goals in qualifying and for their ability to counter-attack. Left back Nuno Mendes was a notable absentee from Portugal's World Cup training session. The 20-year-old Paris Saint-Germain player is now suffering from muscle pain. There were mixed emotions for fans of Wales and USA watching in Qatar and London as the two sides drew 1-1 in the opening game of the Qatar World Cup. Dragons will play Iran in the second game on Friday before the Stars and Stripes face Group B leaders England.
Good. Feel like the U.S. got a little tired there at the end. But overall, it's good. I mean, a tie is better than a loss, so we'll take that.
Japan captain Maya Yoshida has called for his team to be courageous on the eve of the opening World Cup match against four-time champion Germany. Playing in the 7th consecutive finals, Japan are aiming to get beyond the last 16 for the first time in the World Cup. Patrice Bergeron got his 101,000th career point with the second period assist. Boston Bruins ended Tampa Bay Lightning's 4-game win streak with a 5-3 victory. Bergeron has now become the 4th Boston player and the 94th in NHL history to reach the milestone. Heavy rain interrupted play with Team India scoring just enough for a tie in the final T20 against New Zealand here and walking away with the series win. 3-match series with the first match having been washed away due to rain and India having won the second match. Hardik Pandya-led team clinched the series 1-0. This is the second time India has won the series under the leadership of Pandya. India had earlier won a series against West Indies and under his leadership earlier this year. And Beauty Dung Dung, part of the Indian junior women's hockey team that finished in the 4th position in the Junior World Cup held in South Africa, said that it was her dream to get selected for the senior side.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके हैरत से ये आंखें अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके देख के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके चट्टू ये ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudhur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masseuse of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on BJP in Bengal held a unique protest. On your screen, you see the BJP leaders with a mosquito net and a model of a mosquito.
BJP led the unique protest against Mamata government's inaction amid the rising dengue cases in the state. In fact, this is not the first protest of BJP. The party has been vocal over the issue of increasing dengue and alleged the government failure to tackle the menace. The BJP has been taking out similar protests in the past few weeks against the state government, seeking answers and action from the Mamata government. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
झांके रे झांके झरोके से झांके, देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे। झांके रे झांके फ्यूचर को ये ताके, तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके। झांके रे झांके।
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Visuals on your screen from Chhattisgarh's Garyaban. A clash broke out between the villagers and policemen. Stones were pelted. Several vehicles were vandalized. And there was a massive face-off. The clash broke out after police tried to stop a protest by the villagers demanding new paddy purchase centres. Hundreds of villagers had gathered to hold a chakka jam, and when police attempted to stop them, these were the scenes.
लोगों को समझाने का प्रयास किया गया, क्योंकि लोग सुबह से बैठे हुए थे और गाड़ियों का जाम लगा हुआ था, तो लोगों को साइड किया जा रहा था। इसी दौरान लोग उग्र हो गए और पत्थरबाजी करने लगे।
At least 3 police personnel were injured in the clash, and the situation was brought under control only after police personnel from other police stations arrived at the scene. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the
burning question.
Good evening, you're watching Burning Question. I'm Sujarata Kukreti. The physiotherapy defense on Satyendra Jain's video completely collapses as it turns out that the physiotherapist is a rape-accused prisoner. We debate. Let's begin with the headlines. Republic investigation uncovers ISIS module links. Hindu leaders were on the hit list.
Surendra was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Kauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
He posed as a Hindu, used fake ID. Sharik was attempting to float Hindu terror narrative. Tihar jail sources have revealed that the person giving massage to Satyendra Jain is a rape accused. Day after Kejriwal reiterated physiotherapy defense, AAP's physio defense crumbles. Shraddha murder accused, Aftab taken to FSL for preliminary tests. Polygraph test to be conducted tomorrow. A Northern Army commander reiterates on POK will carry out any order given by the government. We are ready and prepared.
Is always ready to make sure that this ceasefire understanding is never broken. If it is broken at any point of time, हम ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से देंगे.
Now there is a massive twist to Tihar massage gate. The man seen in a viral video giving massage to jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was not a physiotherapist, but another fellow prisoner lodged in Tihar jail on charges of raping his own daughter. He's been charged under Section 6 of the POCSO and other sections of the IPC for raping a minor and insulting the modesty of a woman. War of words has now escalated between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, with the former demanding resignation of Satyendra Jain.
3 days after Republic exposed the Tihar tape, where Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain can be seen enjoying the VVIP perks, today the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be surrounded by yet another controversy. AAP's defense that Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was undergoing physiotherapy in Tihar jail fell flat after Republic TV accessed information about the masoor. The person seen providing massage to Jain was a prisoner named Rinku who is not qualified to be a physiotherapist. He has been imprisoned in a rape case. The BJP meanwhile hit out at the AAP by throwing the gold medalist in corruption jibe.
Organized तरीके में अगर कोई पॉलिटिकल स्टार्टअप करप्शन की लैडर में compete करे तो मैं समझता हूं कि आम आदमी पार्टी गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट नहीं, इनको सारे मेडल देने को मिले। जिस इंसिडेंट का आप देखिए क्या क्या ये लोग कर रहे हैं और कहां-कहां कर रहे हैं।
The Aam Aadmi Party, however, laughed away at the claims of the BJP, responding to the allegations, called it a political witch hunt.
मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है, मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
A series of video released by the BJP of Jain getting VIP treatment in prison had triggered a war of words between the two parties, with the Saffron Party also lodging an FIR against Jain and Kejriwal. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And the guests that are joining me on Burning Question tonight, I have BJP spokesperson Shazia Ilmi joining us on the debate. Manish Barry, a political analyst, joins us. So does Hakim Rizwan Ilahi, who speaks for the Aam Aadmi Party, and political strategist Fani Bhushan joins us on Burning Question. Thank you so much to all of you, and let me begin with Shazia Ilmi. Shazia, the Physiotherapy Association very clearly going on record saying this is not physiotherapy, please don't make a joke out of us. And if that wasn't enough, now the so-called physiotherapist turns out to be a rape accused.
You know, Sucharita, just when you think that these people can't sink any lower, they can't touch the lowest point, you know, they discover and dig out a lower point than Nadir, the lowest ever. And the more they lie, the more they get caught up in their own web, which is so obvious. Just imagine, I mean, there was Ravi Srivastava on your channel and all of Aam Aadmi Party spokespersons who were saying that, who were shaming others, that how can you make fun of those who are suffering and, you know, they needed the therapy or physiotherapy. Just imagine that person was not, forget being a therapist or a physiotherapist, he's a POXO accused and such serious charges. And imagine he's being promoted to the level of physiotherapist in the eyes of the world, one. But look at the bonhomie. It's shocking. I mean, if somebody's unwell, they go to the hospital. I'm sure Tihar jail provides for that. But look at this shameless jail mantri who's carrying on some kind of business. And it's just happening in the eyes of everybody. And he's trying to influence witnesses. He's getting massages from somebody who has such serious charges. And they used to say that they have zero tolerance towards such criminals and such people. And now when all that is rendered untenable, all of that, they started questioning the veracity of the footage. They started questioning the ED. They started saying that, oh, we can't make fun of anybody who's so unwell. But look at the shamelessness of these people. I mean, I can't get over it. So one lie to cover another lie, and finally they cannot lie anymore because it's all exploding, you know, in their faces.
That's exactly what it is, Shazia. That's exactly what it is. If I could go to Hakim Rizwan Ilahi, is it a lie to shield the lie that has already been told,
I would
Hakim?
I feel like,
Manohar Kahania, the comment that the Chief Minister
BJP,
said yesterday.
I feel like laughing at BJP. They have stooped so low that now they are, you know, they are coming out as political fools. They are coming out as political kids because the kind of insecurity that they are facing, the kind of pressure that they are facing, you know, from the people of India. You know, the Gujarat elections are there, MCD elections are there, and for a matter, they know that they are going to lose the elections, the upcoming elections, MCD election, as well as,
why
you know, they are going to get a major blow in Gujarat.
No, why are you talking about the topic at hand? Why
that's what I'm saying. See, you are talking about Mr. Satyendra Jain, who has lost 28 kgs of
200 bighas of land, indulge in Hawara corruptions.
That's
why
what
did he indulge in Hawala corruption? money laundering and
listen.
buying of land to for which
everybody
he's in the jail.
knows what AAP stands for.
Why did he not give up?
AAP has been helping the poor people of India,
yeah,
the
we all know.
downtrodden
Everybody's
people of
seeing
India.
that what AAP stands for.
Who BJP don't talk about.
Sharab and massage.
BJP has been a support of
AAP stands for Sharab and massage.
They have always supported business giants,
and nothing's
not
wrong
the
in taking
common people of India.
But
and talking about
Okay, Hakeem Rizwan, you said you want to laugh at it, you want to, you can't control your laughter. So let's just talk about this frame by frame. Hakeem,
is this a topic to talk about?
Hakeem,
talk about other things.
Why would Satyendra
Hakeem, let's just talk about this frame by frame. There was a physiotherapy session going on in jail. There was a so-called physiotherapy session going on in jail, Hakeem. And the Physiotherapy Association says, please don't make a joke out of us.
How adorable and cute.
Hakeem Rizwan, the Physiotherapy Association saying, please don't make a joke out of us. This is not physiotherapy.
He has lost 20 kids.
Now, if that wasn't enough, you have a rape accused prisoner, a POXO accused prisoner sitting there, and he's making conversation.
I will tell you one thing. There are two sides. There are two sides in the jail. One is the police and the other are prisoners.
What is the other side? What is the other side?
There's a side of those who are charge-sheeted.
No, that's what I'm saying. So who should he seek help from?
Yeah,
he has been denied medical
treatment.
He has been denied proper food.
Administration.
He lost 28 kgs of weight.
Again, no, Sucharita, you must correct him. So the Tihar jail is under the jurisdiction of Delhi government.
Okay. No, just a minute. Shazia. If Hakeem Rizwan says, Hakeem Rizwan here is saying that he was denied any medical help. So if he was denied medical help, he'll get fellow prisoners, rape accused prisoners to help him. That wasn't the defense that was given by Manish Sisodia the first day. That wasn't the defense, Hakeem.
He wouldn't have lost 28 kgs of
Hakeem,
weight.
Then on the very first day, you should have come out with the charge that there weren't people to help us. We got whosoever we got in the prison cells wanting to help us, and we made use of them. You should have said that.
BJP is on.
You should have said that. Don't say this is physiotherapy going on. Don't say this is medical intervention.
Political acumen to fight with Aam Aadmi Party.
How much you lie? So shameless.
Okay, so this is all for election. Is that what you're saying? It's all for election.
All they know is
you're okay with
they are bringing these fake propaganda,
what kind of people are you,
in order to show it to the public.
What kind of people are you? Hakeem, you stand for rapists?
It's not about rape.
You stand for liquor mafia?
What kind of people you have in BJP?
Shame on you.
You have all the criminals and rapists in BJP. What are you talking about?
People like them. People
don't try to fool 1.3 million
of kind.
Criminals
of the worst kind.
We know what kind of people are there in
No, if we
can rapists and criminals.
No, I have a problem with this because we are speaking about everything on the periphery. We are not speaking about these pictures. We are not speaking about this frame by frame. And if I could just go across to Fani Bhushan and Manish Warrior, if I could go across to Fani Bhushan.
These things are not going to run.
I know you're too eager to make your point. No. Please go ahead. But I just want to know one thing.
And leaking of jail
if we do not know prisoners from physiotherapists, if we do not know physiotherapy from ghar ki massage, what are we doing, sir? We are making political statements in front of media, calling it physiotherapy. We are trying to save our skin.
You're accusing AAP for providing the facilities for a person who lost 2 kgs in just 1 week and 28 kgs he lost in 6 months. And the MRI scan to be done in the last 21st October. It's been 30 days.
He should have been in hospital if he has lost 20 kgs of weight. He should have been in hospital. So he's getting, I don't know why you guys are
that's what. Yeah, and you are talking about a person who had 2 spinal injuries of taking a massage. And you're talking about a 2 spinal injury patient.
And these kind of scenes are pretty normal all over the country.
Let me say you something.
It's something which I'm sure Mr. Satendra Jain and Aam Aadmi Party has taken as a right. It's a privilege to be a jail minister. What he's privileged to get.
More misuse of power.
Why there is so much of Allah Bola, I don't understand. Because this was bound to happen.
Let's talk about morality here. See, there are two
okay.
As my friend
Manish Warrior.
One is legalities and one is morality.
Funny Bhushan. If I can just ask you one question, sir. Mr. Bhushan, I'll just ask you one question. All I want to know is that why were you in such a hurry to name it physiotherapy, to call a press conference and say that the man needed medical intervention, so he was going through physiotherapy? Firstly, I just want to know,
this is not the
were the details known? Were the details, because now it is being dissected in a different way. You are saying he needed medical intervention, so whosoever they could lay their hands on has come and trying to help him, giving him a massage, which is in no way a physiotherapy, and you didn't even know that he was a rape accused.
Who is just trying to help his pain?
See, all these answers are coming from a template.
So then why call it physiotherapy, sir? Then why were you calling it physiotherapy if he's a fellow inmate?
Everybody is saying that he has lost 20 kgs. You ask anyone in Aam Aadmi Party, they will all say the same thing. Why he is not in hospital if he has lost 20 kgs? He was so ill. He required some kind of a treatment. And jail manual says you cannot give a treatment like this in his own cell. It is just illegal. For that, a physiotherapist is decided.
No, then there should be counter charges, sir. What I'm trying to say, Funny Bhushan, there should be counter charges. You should be suing. You should be suing the BJP, or you should be suing whoever you think was responsible for giving the wrong medical intervention to Satyendra Jain when all he needed was physiotherapy. This could be dangerous. This could be medically dangerous for him. Why were you allowing this to happen? A fellow inmate giving whatever therapy he could, whatever massage he could.
At his personal level, it might be help, it might not from the physiotherapist. Maybe
this is at a personal level.
He's trying to help him.
No, sir, so don't you think those are the accusations that should have been made right on the first day, that the man requires physiotherapy, we are not being allowed physiotherapy, so we are taking help from whosoever is in the prison and we are getting
Allegation is misuse of power. So I want to ask you something. What is more misuse of power? Did ever happen? Did ever the video from a most secured prison in the country went out? Who did that? This is misuse of power.
I thought that it was more important that
a head massage by a fellow inmate.
So is it going to be a race of who's more corrupt?
Yeah,
we are corrupt. We are doing the wrong. We are doing wrong, but we are not as wrong as the other.
BJP is trying to.
Is that the race that you are in now?
Saying that even they are evil. Now they are trying to level the field, saying that evil versus less evil. Previously, BJP, Aam Aadmi Party tried to portray itself as good.
No, I'm asking a very direct question, Funny Bhushan. Funny Bhushan, the first day that the accusations were made in media that this was physiotherapy that was required, did the party know, or did Mr. Sisodia know, because there were statements being made that this is not physiotherapy, that he was not being given the treatment that he required, or he did not know? If the party did not know.
If the AAP is supporting him, if the party didn't know, because they are not supporting internally. If you have known, they won't give that statement. By this,
they didn't know.
Understand it is just.
They didn't know that this was not physiotherapy, and they didn't know that he was not given the right intervention.
It is pretty classic with AAP. They don't know anything, but they make a statement and then they backtrack. All the promises of AAP are like that only. So if you see,
I just want to ask you,
promise party,
everyone morally,
he's admitting it also.
The reason why I'm saying not legally, because let's talk, legally became a laughing stock.
They do not
talking about legalities, it became a laughing stock.
They backtrack.
You can see ED director Sanjay Mishra tenure got extended for the third time.
Defending the indefensible.
It never happened in the history.
Very shameful.
It never happened.
Okay, now please help me out, because I'm not able to understand this, Shazia. Okay, I'm not able to understand this, Shazia. Somebody, because what was said to the media was that he requires help. This is physiotherapy going on. You're making fun of the man. He needs medical help. This is physiotherapy going on. And now Mr. Funny Bhushan wants us to believe that they didn't know there was no help being given. So they asked whosoever they could lay their hands on and say that please kuch massage kar do. Kuch help kar do.
I'm talking.
This seems like घर में जैसे you ask people, बड़े बुजुर्ग जैसे बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि भाई पैर दबा दो, हाथ दबा दो, वही हो रहा है जेल में.
Can I come in, please?
Shazia.
Yeah, please.
No, Sucharita, I may be allowed to come in, and I would request Mr. Funny, whoever he is, to just be quiet for a minute and indulge others. So I would just like to start with something that first of all, Tihar jail comes under Delhi prisons, and that is under the Delhi government.
Still the video got out.
Which is the responsibility
so you can see
and
how the misuse of power is happening.
Satyendra Jain. No, sir, you'll have to be quiet a little bit. No, sir, there's a problem with your comprehension skills, so you'll have to be a little quiet, so you can open your ears a little bit and listen to what I'm saying. And keep your mouth shut, your gob quiet, shut, and listen to me, because it requires your ears to be active, not your tongue. So, okay, let me repeat. So, the government of Delhi has a jurisdiction over the Tihar jail. Satyendra Jain is the jail minister. Very interestingly, there is a huge case of 200 bighas of land, zameen being bought by him, and the land use being changed, and that becoming authorized colonies, because of which he gets a windfall profit. Not just that, there are hawala transactions and benami properties, ill-begotten wealth, which he cannot give accounts for, which is why he's been taken to the jail.
And this case
money laundering
goes on till Gujarat elections?
Projects.
Is it so?
Now this man is there, he's a jail minister, and you have to be quiet. You'll have to, again, your ears, not your tongue, sir. You'll understand better and comprehend life better. You know, not just Aam Aadmi Party and what they're up to. So it's just good for you and your faculties. So I want to repeat now, because there's one gentleman, Mr. Funny, whoever keeps repeating, interjecting for some strange reason with some gobbledygook he's come up with. So I would like to again say it again, repeat rather, that, yeah, but I'm not able to finish, you know, because there's an interrupter here. This jail minister not just has witnesses visiting him in the prison, if you please. The CCTV footage of this has been handed over to the court, but also has massages being done. I don't know whether it is Swedish or Ayurvedic or four hands or whatever massage, but they're being done. Now, what is the excuse being given? That, you know, he had a serious surgery a few days back or a few years earlier. So now he needs this physiotherapy. Now, physiotherapists of the world have united and said this is not physiotherapy. But they're saying it's physiotherapy. Not just that, Sucharita, now they're saying how can you make fun of somebody who's so unwell, who needs physiotherapy. Now, it turns out to be it's not physiotherapy at all. It is tel malish. And not just that is malicious champi is going on, but who's doing it? The Kaidi or the inmate with whom he has such bonhomie is actually a rape accused, somebody who's is POXO accused, who has charges of raping his own daughter. And he has not just access to this man, but happily is giving this champi to our man Flint. And not just that, to make it worse, what is being said, the kind of language that is being used by Manish Sisodia, who when he was getting interrogated in the Sharab Ghotala, the liquor scam, was saying that CBI is trying to do Operation Lotus. So I mean the temerity and the hypocrisy and the lying that we have witnessing and the deception is just too much to take. After all, this is a party that was born of Anna Hazare movement. All of us gave up a lot of our lives to be a part of this, not to watch this. I mean, watch this complete nonsense and travesty of ideals. You know, I just cannot believe the betrayal, the huge betrayal. And then they have the guts and the gall to sit here and the gumption to call everyone else corrupt. And just look at them, misuse of his own position because he's a jail mantri.
So the question remains, Shazia, if I could go across to Hakim Rizwan, these jail authorities, who are they under, Hakim? If they were not giving proper treatment to Satyendra Jain, why was it not an issue that was raised in media? Why did you not object? Why did you not go against it, speak against it, that the minister in charge was not being taken care of? It should have been made a huge issue that he was being denied medical treatment.
We should ask the same thing. Why it is becoming a media issue?
Satyendra Jain, a personality.
Because 2 hours back, High Court also. The plea has High Court accepted the plea.
You're talking about Satyendra Jain.
Okay. My question was to Hakim Rizwan. Hakim Rizwan.
If he had some problems, yes.
Hakim Rizwan, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that if there was no medical attention being given to Satyendra Jain, you should have made it a big issue. It wasn't made an issue. Now you're saying there was no medical help being given, so he just got a fellow prisoner to help him with his back and with his medical issues.
That kind of politics.
Why?
See, we have been attacked time and again everywhere. In Gujarat, in Delhi by BJP forces. But we don't talk about ourselves. We talk about the people, the common people. You know, the common masses, yes. And that's what we have been doing.
You don't make that an issue.
We have been always helping the common masses. Not,
so you're saying that Satyendra Jain kept suffering in Tihar jail, but you did not speak of it because your politics does not allow. Because your politics does not allow you to speak of it.
No,
is that what you're saying?
That. Because our politics is bigger than this. Our politics is bigger than individuality. Our politics is for the rest, you know, for the whole India, for 1.3 billion people, for the youth of India, for the
No, it isn't bigger than the individual, Hakim. It isn't bigger than the individual. Because you still are shielding that individual.
No,
you're asking for a Bharat Ratna for Satyendra Jain. You're calling him, you're comparing him to Shahid Bhagat Singh.
You are putting
it's not bigger than the individual.
This petty issue.
You're completely
Why did you talk
focused
about
on the individual?
And now it's a pain.
You wouldn't let him go.
In BJP's heart that they are making it such a big issue. What is it? It's not such a big issue.
Keep screaming. Keep screaming.
Why are you making it such a big issue?
Okay, it's about the MCD. It's about MCD and it's about Gujarat now.
You keep crying.
No, liquor scam is not a big issue.
You're going to cry on
water tanker is not an issue. Corruption is not an issue.
Remember, mark my words.
Misuse of position is not an issue. What is the issue then? What is the issue?
You are talking about it.
Hakim,
corruption is not an issue.
Nothing is an issue, right?
You are the ones
who
have been helping big business giants.
Falling revenue is not an issue.
12 lakh crores
corruption on the job is not an issue. Hawala operations are not an issue.
Adani, you are the ones who have been
change of land use is not an issue. Massive corruption is not an issue.
You are framing
again, you don't know what. Again, you don't know. I don't know what you're saying. What's the connection between that and this? Yeah, because they're corrupt. They're corrupt as corrupt can be. They're pathetic, and so we should talk about them.
Because
it's misuse of public money.
BJP is the most corrupt.
They're corrupt as corrupt can be.
They're
disgustingly corrupt. So we obviously that is the issue.
No, Shazia, I want to hear out.
Not for you.
Because it's all coming out in bits and pieces. But I want to hear the whole story. I want to hear what the whole
not for you.
What do you see out of these visuals, Hakim?
Rest of us do.
You've been reacting. You've been saying it's all for elections. But do you want to speak over these visuals? What exactly was happening there? Do you want to tell the people who are watching you? What do you see in these visuals? What do you make of them?
Okay, let's say he is not keeping well, and he must have been, you know, it was just simply you know, he was helping him out. That's it.
What is must have been?
What's the big deal in it?
What is must have been?
What is such a big deal in it? Why are you making it an issue?
You're at a loss of words, Hakim. You don't know what to say on those visuals. You don't know what to make of it.
His doctors.
You can keep accusing, saying it's for election, it's for MCD, it's for Gujarat. But don't you think you owe an explanation on those visuals to the people who maybe even the ones who are supporting you, the ones who are your followers? At least they need an explanation.
Satyendra Jain's
Forget BJP.
You
must be talking about it. You know what you are going to give the people of Delhi and Gujarat.
And say that you don't want to speak for them. It disgusts you as it disgusts all of us.
We know.
So you mean to say that Delhi people don't want to know what is happening in jail? They're least bothered.
Very soon.
They're least bothered, even though they are your voters. They're not bothered. They don't care. You can keep doing whatever you want to do in the jails, but they are not bothered. They don't want an explanation from you. Is that what you're saying, Hakim?
Oh yeah.
They don't need an explanation of what's happening in those jails.
The party was formed on the platform of corruption.
My God. My God. God bless you. God bless BJP.
Corruption is not a big thing. Money laundering is not a big thing.
Okay, it isn't big for you.
Is not a big thing.
It isn't big for you.
God bless BJP. We know who is corrupt. We know who has given 12 lakh crores to business giants, to business oligarchs.
No, you can say anything.
We know
you
that.
Okay, it isn't a big issue for Manish, it isn't a big issue. You guys are making it a big issue. You're trying to politicize it. So what if the minister is asking a fellow prisoner to help him? So what if he's a POXO accused? It doesn't matter.
Okay,
you're politicizing.
I have a solution.
Manish?
Okay, you don't want Hakim, it embarrasses you, right? That BJP is politicizing it.
Yes.
Then, you know, Manish Sisodia. No, Satyendra Jain should not have indulged in any corruption. If he had not been so corrupt and indulged in Hawala deals and then gotten these massages by inmates accused of raping their own daughters, then none of this would have happened.
Trial.
But none of this would have happened, right? BJP would not get a chance. Why did you allow for it to happen, Hakim?
BJP has framed him because they are scared of Aam Aadmi Party and leaders like Satendra Jain.
No. Nobody frames anybody. You're lying again. You're lying again. There's not.
Yes.
There are cases against him. He can't give an answer.
Politics is not what we do on television,
as to where he got the ill-begotten health from.
What kind of politics you are doing?
He got the land from ill-begotten wealth. No, it's not a frame. Don't get into this conspiracy theories.
You talk all these
like what Mr. Barney and Digvijay Singh used to do.
You can cover up your things.
I mean, if you're trying to fool people,
you can
it's
cover
all
up
right.
your evil things.
You might not like Modi ji. That's another thing. But don't support these corrupt, horrible people. That's what I'm saying, Hakim. After all, you're not such a fool, right?
Oh, ma'am, we have given schools.
You can find some other alternative.
Party
But
has
imagine
built schools for the poor people.
Okay with this
Aam
liquor
Aadmi
mafia.
Party has built hospitals for the poor people. Aam Aadmi Party has built
that's a lie.
given free
They cheated the poor
healthcare
people.
to people of Delhi.
They cheated the poor people.
What are you talking about? What have you given? You have promised that you will give 2 crore jobs everywhere to the youth of India. Where are the jobs?
You like the liquor mafia, I see. You're happy with the booze they give you?
Don't try to play.
You're happy with the liquor. Wine and whiskey is working on you. Very good.
Don't try to play with the youth of India.
So Hakim, if you support
the youth of India
mafia
going to smash you in the upcoming elections.
Then it's okay. Then you're in the right party.
Okay, BJP is politicizing it. Aam Aadmi Party wanted a Bharat Ratna for the man.
You support the liquor mafia.
And he's behind bars. He's not getting medical intervention. He's not getting medical help, so he had to resort to this. Now the big question. No, Hakim, the arguments can continue, but the big question remains even after this video coming out. Why is the Aam Aadmi Party shielding Satendra Jain? Why is Kejriwal shielding Satendra Jain? The question remains. I don't have time. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us on Burning Question. The question remains, why shield the man even after this video surfaces? That's all I have time for. Thank you so much. And for the other big debate, let me go across to Abhishek Kapoor.
Thank you, Sucharita. Irrespective of whether Satendra Jain was getting a physiotherapy or a massage, the Aam Aadmi Party definitely seems to be getting a political physiotherapy of sorts in this story. But I am picking up Zakir Naik for the second half of the burning question. Qatar has kicked off a diplomatic row with the state guest status to Zakir Naik, a known hate-monger and a fugitive of law in India. But then this is not the first time Qatar is doing this. For that matter, not with India alone. Let's understand what the Zakir Naik issue is about and then discuss.
It's been 2 days since reports emerged of Zakir Naik's presence in Qatar for FIFA World Cup. While the MEA is yet to release a statement, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has said that a firm stand will be taken.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you have. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Sources say that the Indian government is formulating a response, and Indian football associations that are in Qatar for the World Cup are non-committal on the issue.
See, since I'm heading a national football federation, and there are certain protocol and restriction that I cannot comment on this. And I, being an ex-football player, I also support unity through football. So if anything is divisive, that should not be encouraged.
He is banned from entering United Kingdom, Singapore and Canada. He is accused of radicalizing terrorists involved in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka attack. Can the West turn a blind eye to Zakir Naik's presence at the biggest sporting event? Will the Indian government take a rough stand and raise issue with Qatar? Let's debate.
All right, welcome back. Irrespective of whether the government will or not, our position is that the government should make an issue with the Qataris and underscore the sense of anger and hurt that we have here in India. Joining me to discuss that, Tushar Gupta, senior journalist, live from Delhi. Sushil Pandit, columnist and social activist, live from London. Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, live from Mumbai. And let me begin with Dr. Sumant C. Raman, in fact, a political analyst and sports journalist, live from Chennai. Sumant, two things. We never knew that you were also a sports journalist, and also, since you saw it coming that Saudis would be defeating Argentina, if you can tell us that would India take it up strongly with Qatar, the issue of Zakir Naik being made a state guest?
Well, Abhishek, I think that it is very unfortunate that India has not, as of now, lodged a strong enough protest with the Qatar government. Look, you have to understand that, Qatar was one of the countries that made a huge hue and cry over the Nupur Sharma statements. And, they sort of took the lead in getting other states in the Middle East also to take up the issue with India. Now, why the MEA has remained silent? What is the reason? At the end of the day, Mr. Naik is not just a person who has been denied entry into, for instance, countries like Britain in the past, but he's also been, he's got faced serious charges against him. So, if the Qatar government believes that, having him there during the World Cup is not a problem, then I don't know why India is not at least making its voice heard, especially because, India had to face a lot of flack. The government of India had to face a lot of flack because of the Nupur Sharma statement. The Qatar government took up very strongly. So, honestly, I don't know what the strategy is. But if there is a strategy, hopefully we'll get to know it over the next day or two.
I want Sushil Pandit on that. In fact, just one caveat, Sumant Raman, there, because our Vice President was there as a special invitee to participate in the opening ceremony or the inaugural of the World Cup. So that bit of diplomatic situation was there, that while our